Growing up, my family always made cookies together during the holidays. One of my favorite recipes was gingerbread, so this is an ode to a real Christmas classic. My recipe uses zesty lemon for a unique twist. Getting creative in the kitchen is a sweet tradition that I want to pass down to my daughter, so I can't wait to share this crinkle cookies recipe with you. So let's get started on our dough. I'm gonna start by blending together our dry ingredients. I've got some flour here. I'm gonna add this to our large mixing bowl. I'm going to add in some cinnamon and also some ginger. We've got a trifecta, if you will, of spices going into this that are really just going to elevate this cookie and give it so much life. Now I'm gonna add in some baking soda. And this is gonna give our cookies just a nice lift. And then, of course, you need some salt. Whenever you're baking, you think of sweets, you think of sugar, but you need that salt to truly balance out everything. Now I'm gonna add in our final spice here, some cardamom. So I really love adding these three flavors together in our ginger cookies because, you know, most times you'll just see ginger and cinnamon, but I think the cardamom is really lovely and just adds like a nice depth to these cookies. So just mix all of our ingredients here together, and this will be ready to go into our batter. I've got some unsalted butter here, and this is room temperature. Whether it be cakes or cookies, you wanna make sure that this is room temperature so all of the ingredients incorporate super well. So we're gonna cream the butter and the sugar together. And for that to happen, we have to break down that sugar and really get it to dissolve into that butter. And then I'm gonna start mixing this up. All right, so now we're gonna add in 1 egg yolk. We're gonna mix that together, get that nice and creamy. So now we're going to add some lemon zest. I'm adding some citrus notes because I really feel like it brightens the recipe up some. All right. And then I'm going to add in some vanilla and make sure it's really pure vanilla extract. Mix that together. And now I'm gonna add in our molasses. And this is what gives ginger cookies that special flavor. So that's gotta go in there. And this is a little different from traditional gingerbread cookies. These are much softer, much chewier, you'll find, like in general, because most of the other cookies are a little stiffer. And so I find that this is like melts in your mouth, super tender cookie. Okay, so now I'm going to turn our mixer down to a lower speed and add in our dry ingredients that we mixed together earlier. I'm adding this sort of slowly in increments because I really sort of want to make sure that all of the dough incorporates pretty well. So once you see that it's starting to mix in, you can add in some more. And you can tell that it's getting very, very thick, and that's exactly how we want our batter to look. And as soon as you see that pretty much everything is incorporated, then you can stop mixing. No need to overmix this. And you can do one more scrape of the bottom of the bowl. Make sure you get all those dry ingredients in there. So now we're going to stick this in the refrigerator to let it chill. Get that nice and covered. And let this chill for about an hour. All right, our dough is nice and chilled now. And here's sort of a rule of thumb. Once it's been in there for about an hour, you'll notice that it has firmed up a lot more, and that's what we're looking for. We want it to be definitely cold to the touch. So we're going to work on the assembly process for our cookies. With crinkle cookies, you're going to start by scooping out some dough. And then I'm going to take our ball of dough and then I'm gonna roll it right into the sugar, just making sure to coat it on all sides. And then we're gonna add to our baking sheet. You want to make sure that you keep these sort of spread out. About 2 inches is fine because you don't want them to sort of bake together. You want to keep them nice and separate. I find that my daughter really loves this part because she helps me add our dough to the sugar. She loves sort of just rolling it around. She thinks it looks like snow. So it's a super fun idea and fun thing to do with the kids for sure during the holidays. So now these are ready to bake. I'm gonna pop them in the oven at 375 for about 10 to 12 minutes or until they get nice and crackly, but still soft in the centers. All right, our cookies look fantastic. I've let them cool down for a few minutes because you want them to still be warm and chewy. I'm gonna start plating these. And you can just smell all of those incredible spices in the air. It smells like the holidays, I'm telling you that. And they're like the perfect texture too, just soft and tender. Look how great those look. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? I love these cookies so much. I mean, they remind me of my childhood. They're so warm and cozy and comforting. And they just bring me back to memories of being with my family and baking during the holidays. Just such special times. The flavors are just incredible. From the Today All Day All-Stars, happy holidays and Merry Christmas, everyone.